Good morning. How the heck are we? I got this camera to work again. I am pleased, and I'm a little early today because I have to end the stream a little early. But we're here. We're doing good things. Now, the wide angle camera technically still exists, I think. Wait. Yes. But the angle is a lot different because of where I had to put it. So I don't know if I'm going to use this as often as I did the previous one. Just because it doesn't exactly do what I want, and you could see all this crap. Yeah, no. We'll stick with this one for today because it does everything I want. um, Now I will say the angle of this one still isn't what I was hoping for. I want the camera to be like right there. Let me adjust real quick and see if that's even possible. Oh, that's better. That'll do. But then that way, when I'm playing my game and everything like that, you can still get a pretty decent shot of me. Um, so hi, good morning. How are we? Are we doing well? I hope. Throw on this little. I have a tiny little fan that just kind of blows at my face. Just to kind of keep that breeze going because as much as it's, winter and I have my heat on, it also, I'm at a spot where I need to make sure that I am at a good temperature. Um, there we go. Cool. Yeah, I think we'll we'll just get right into it. Mm. And playing a little bit of Minecraft this morning. As long as I can find my mouse. There it is. Okay. So, let's switch over and have absolutely no gameplay footage. How we all feel about that? I know we got audio. There we go. Okay, great. Awesome. That was weird. Twitch chat on. So, as you can see, I'm way up here because I have to destroy some deep slate so I can make some cobbled deep slate and we can keep building. This should yield us almost 2 stacks of cobbled deep slate. So we won't be able to continue as far as I'd like to on this. But we will be able to do, like, another layer or so. We might go grab more deep slate and just keep working. I personally don't have much deep slate right now. So it might be a trip down and dig, but we shall see. Also, the timing is fantastic. I'm going to get down here and we're going to be... time to go to sleep. Nap time. Take off my Apple Watch because it's pinching my wrist. Okay, so let's grab some glass. And put away this pick. Jamie! How are you? Also, I just realized, I think my Twitch chat thing, login authentication failed. Yeah. I think I need to fix that. But how are you? Welcome in. Okay. Got plenty of deep slate stuff. I don't think I'm gonna need any stairs. I am gonna need bricks though. That'll be good to keep working. Oh, I'm gonna need some dark oak. I always forget the dark oak, and then I have to come all the way back down here. I guess technically I don't have to come back down here, but what you call it? The having to come and or having to open up my ender chest and all that great stuff is it's annoying. Okay. So yeah. To give people some context who may not have been watching the stream, and seeing what exactly it is we're doing here. I am building a hotel that I'm calling the Hotel Paradox. That is going to be a dungeon escape room map sort of situation. Forgot I have to load it in when I get into the world. There it is. So yeah, we are building this thing. And we are, I believe the last time I checked, like 5% done with it. Uh, 6.5. 6.5% done with, no, we are 6.5 done with the original build of this. That does not include any of the redstone or the level, the actual level design. I have yet to do that in my creative world. So I just wanted to start building in survival. So the, what you call it? This is just the outside structure and the redstone backbone, but it is not in any way the full design, layout, all that stuff. I still have quite a bit of that stuff to do, but more importantly, I wanted to get this thing rolling because the aesthetic choices, the level design, the specific redstone for each floor, I knew I could wait on that. I knew I could do that on server. So I made sure all my stuff was working. Thank you so much for the caffeinate. Thank you, thank you. Oh, that was good. That was good. But how are you, Jamie? It's been a minute. I am very curious. Oh, I'm not going to get very far with this deep slate. I did debate for a little while. I'm good. I mentioned right when I got here that I'm streaming a little early because I have to leave a little early because I have D&D that I am the Dungeon Master for at 11 o'clock. But I wanted to get my Sunday morning stream in because it brings me joy. Just Vivid, welcome to the Chan Fam. How are you? Ah! Okay. We got, what's Vivid in the chat? I am doing pretty well. I'm not sure when you joined, but I was just talking about how I had to start my stream a little early. Normally I start at 9 a.m. EST, but we started a little early today because I have Dungeons and Dragons at 11, but I normally stream for 2 hours on Sunday mornings, and I wanted to try to get in at least roughly a full stream in today. But we are building my hotel dungeon escape room situation. So I am actually the dungeon master, so it would be giving details of the player characters. But the long and short of it, we are doing the Rime of the Frost Maiden source book. And I say we're based off of that because I am definitely adjusting things to fit the players, as you do as a dungeon master, because I realized pretty quickly as we were developing everything and working through stuff that there was some interesting player choices that really, really excited me, and I wanted to adjust the story a bit so that way it fit more closely with what they are expecting, if you will. Just some things. It's just like, hey, I'm coming in because I want to do such and such, and it's like, okay, awesome, that sounds great. Let's build on that so that way it's even more exciting. So, also I had a thought when it came to the layout of everything here. Actually, let's jump down because we're out of deep slate. Fly through light Matica. But let's jump over to my creative world real quick, and I can kind of show the kind of what we're getting ourselves into. So that way you can kind of see the end result of what we're going for. For the gamma bump. Oh yes, Light Matica is fantastic. We actually have a a variation of it called Sync Matica on the server, so that way we can upload a schematic. And then if anybody wants to help somebody, they just have to load that schematic off of the server folder, and then they can help and see all the same things you do. So this is what it will look like eventually. We're about right here in the build right now. So we got quite a bit of deep slate that we still need, but then it switches over to dark oak again. And then eventually we got some quartz bits at the top. But this is kind of what we're going to be building on the server. So they'll come into the hotel. There'll be like a check-in desk where they can choose their like randomizer for their room key. They go to the various rooms, pick one of their own. Very simple room. It's just so that way they have all of the necessities, place to put their gear, all of that sort of stuff. They can redecorate this room as they please. I have no problem with it. It's actually The walls are 2 blocks thick, so if they want the walls to be a different color, they totally can. They just can't do the wall that faces the hallway. That's the only wall that they can't change. But everything else they can change in place. So they have their rooms, so that way they can put away their stuff. I'm probably gonna have some like random things here, like kind of like vending machines, stuff that they can bring into the hotel and stuff like that. So up here, it's not built yet, obviously. Up here is going to be like a tutorial room, so that way they can see how the game is played, and then here is going to be the actual like entrance to the dungeon. So there'll be a floor above this, so that way they can select game gift difficulty, give the game their eventual token bags. I'm trying to figure out when I'm going to implement tokens because that system is a little bit more complicated, and I just want to get the game up and running. So I still gotta figure out if that's going into phase 1. Then they'll enter the dungeon, and they'll do all of this stuff here on the first floor. They'll go up floors, up floors, up floors, all that great stuff. And then this will be the exit. So that's their entrance. This is their exit. This will drop them down to a little area where they can, I'm not sure if it's going to be like a shop thing or what, but that's kind of the attitude. I'm going to change something real quick so that way I can turn this on without getting copyright struck, because that seems to happen a lot when I do this part of it. Did I take out the torches? Okay, I need to creative mode. Need to take out those, and then the music won't play, which is what I wanted. Because as much as I would love to have the fun little music that I decided on, which is going to change. I'm going to do custom stuff because I'm also a sound designer and composer, so we'll have some custom stuff. I wanted to show that sort of stuff off. So you'll notice that these lanterns are called key. I think I am going to... it needs to be something that can't be placed. So it might be iron nuggets or something, because I really don't want it to accidentally get placed and then they lose the key. But I love the fact that these, like, if you... I have the mod on where that way if you're holding something, it lights up your area. I want that, but I don't want to force people to get a mod. So, but anyway, we'll go through. I'll turn this on. So they'll be going through the dungeon in some capacity. There'll be a lot more intricate stuff, some designs. Floor 1 is going to be loosely based off of The Shining, because it's a hotel, and I think having the hotel horror movie be a highlight. I did build this myself, yes. And then they'll go around this floor, picking up treasure and fun little things that will help them, and then eventually they'll get a key. So a key will allow them to use the elevator. It takes them up to the second floor. And the second floor is going to be loosely based on like Friday the 13th and Evil Dead. So it's going to be like a cabin in the woods sort of vibe, which I'm excited for. And then they'll go around, they'll find cool stuff, and then get another key. and they will make their way up to level 3. So level 3 is going to be loosely based on like Evil Carnival, Stephen King's It, um, those sort of like vibes, like the 80s horror, brightly colored, flashing lights, loud sounds, stuff like that is going to be this area. And then the final level that they will get to all the way up here. You can see the padded walls is going to be like an asylum / Saw, the horror movie Saw, and that sort of stuff in this area. Now, right now, you'll notice that you can see outside. That won't be the case when we actually build this. I just needed to build the facade. I did use world edit in my creative world, so that way I could repeat like windows and patterns and stuff. And then I had an amazing build that I need to find the creator's name before I go and show it. But he made a loose replication or a hotel build that was inspired by the Ghostbusters hotel, the one that they go into in the first Ghostbusters movie. And I really loved how that looked, and I wanted to kind of take that and make it my own. So it's got like it's dark oak and a little bit like you can kind of see the original build out there a little bit. I went for something a bit darker because I was going to build it in a dark oak forest. And I wanted the vibes as you walked up to it, especially at night. I wanted the vibes to be immaculate. And the only way that I could see doing that was making something a bit more dark. So, but yeah, so you get up to this floor, you take the elevator all the way down, you do all that great stuff. Now the redstone. Redstone. There's a lot of it. So we have a few main systems. I'm going to go all the way to the bottom for this. This is the first time that I've really focused on building something in creative to bring it into survival. I have always been a figure it out in survival person. I have never been somebody to take the time to do this intricate of a build from a creative standpoint. So that way I knew my system worked and my build was going to look the way I wanted it to. So this is a whole new world for me. I think I spent a month and a half in creative, getting myself to a point where I could say that my system worked and my build looked the way I wanted it to. And when you're in creative, it's a lot easier to do that. But we have a handful of redstone lines. The lime line is game start. The pink line is game stop. The green line is game on. And the red line is game off. And the reason those are two separate lines is because one of them is momentary, one of them is maintained. So one of them is an instantaneous tick pulse, and the other one is a constant signal. And I wanted to be able to utilize them in two different ways. Hence the split of the system. The other lines that we have, we'll start over here, is we have what I am calling the treasure line. So this is all of the stuff that will drop in the dungeon. You see I have a demo of it right now, a treasure drop, where it will activate this dropper and put something into the dungeon that would be considered treasure. The brown line is the quest. I think I called it the main quest line. When we go up top, I'll double check the names of these because I'm not looking at them. I also have where is it? Boop. Gotta open up the Google Chrome real quick. Oh, who is it? Oh Oh my God, Prime? You only get one of those. Thank you so much for subscribe. I am so happy. Thank you, my friend. You only get one of those, and thank you so much for entrusting me with that subscription. Oh, that's not my password. Is this my password? It is. Ah, I forget my password sometimes. Don't tell anyone. Um, so, Hotel Paradox. I have a whole Google sheet. You got to see the build through the end. My human. Okay, so let's we're gonna look at data. Who's excited? Okay, so these are all the bus lines, the redstone lines that will be in the system. The start and stop on off I just talked about. We have the elevator line, which is a combination of a pulse or a signal. We have the hazard line, the treasure line, the token line, the relic line, not quest, relic. And the reason I changed it to relic is because I have side quest, which got confusing because I had quest and side quest. I really didn't want to screw that up when I was building. We have the success line, the failure line for the side quest. And then we have the sound redstone for actual like sound effects and music and stuff in the system. I also did this routing map so that way I could tell what lines trigger what. So that way I knew that I had to leave open space for them to connect in certain areas. Um, and then obviously there's the player line, which isn't a redstone line, but it just is a way of saying, hey, the player is the one who instigates this. I have some floor details, which we're not going to talk about in the VOD. You could probably pause that and see. These are the tokens that I was talking about. These are some of the things that I was trying to develop as ways that you could submit them into the game and they could buff or nerf certain actions within the dungeon. So that way there's a way for um, uh, there's a way for you to make your run a little bit easier. And then there's little, you can see these 3 at the bottom. These ones are just shuffled in by the game, so they're not anything that's actually submitted into a run that somebody might be doing. And then music and sound files, which you'll see I don't have much because I'm very much in the infancy when it came to that sort of thing. So yes, like I said, relic line, not quest line. And then we have, I believe, this is the side quest line, success and then failure. It might be the other way around. Over here, we have the hazard line, which I am going to officially be changing. I'm going to change it up top too. This is one of the things I wanted to do today. Hazard. We're going to replace it with obstacle. All sheets. Replace all. Boom. So now it's going to be the obstacle line instead of the hazard line because it's not putting somebody in a hazard. I'm physically blocking their way with that line. This in Minecraft before? Well, welcome in. I am heavily inspired by Tango Tech. If you have ever seen any of his videos, he made an amazing dungeon called Decked Out, which this is very, very much inspired by. And I am doing my version of something similar to just keep the brain going. Excellent. Yes, but this is very much inspired by Tango Tech. So let me double check. Obstacle, everything is labeled properly, which means I can go upstairs and do that. So the yellow elevator line is probably one of the most complicated in the system. Um, yeah, I as soon as I discovered redstone and some of the people who play on my server can attest to this. Um, as soon as I discovered redstone, I realized, oh, this is just what I'm going to do now. This is why I want a Minecraft, is to do redstone. Um, but yeah, so the elevator line is the most complicated one because it's the way that you move between floors. It also determines which floor you're on, so that way all of these signals only go to that floor, so that way it doesn't send things to floors above you when you're not there, or flows below you when you're not there. It also determines what music is playing based on what floor you're on. Yeah, so the elevator system is probably the most complicated, and I made it yellow because I wanted it to be very obvious of what it is, because again, you can see all of the yellow up there compared to all the other colors. This black line is the token line. As I said, I was playing with the idea. I have yet to make it like fully integrated. I think I actually have it turned off over here. No, I don't. Okay, so this is running. Yeah, so it submits it, and you see it sends a pulse up. So all this system is, this is something that I didn't even know was a thing, and I'm so happy it is that this system allows me to send a pulse as long as... Oh, I can't get to the hopper underneath. Oh, I can, yeah. So as long as this stone takes to transfer over, which I believe it's 1 tick for every item through a hopper. I think it takes 1 tick to get over, or maybe it's 2 ticks. But the long and short of it is that it allows me to set how long I want this pulse to be. And then this system tells it to, based on what these repeaters are, tells the pulse to last that long or shorter before it sends upstairs, and I can show the other side of the token system in a bit. But yeah, and then it sends the signal upstairs and tells it what to do. So as you can see, the elevator is way the hell up there. Also, what's my zoom at? Let's go to 75. That's close enough. So yeah, now that the system's on, as you can see, we can head upstairs. But as you can see, like with this elevator line, we're all the way up at the top floor. And if I look at this, you'll see that there was a pulse that went as the elevator passed. And these sticky pistons pulled or pushed this wool block out of the way. So that way, if a signal comes up this bus line, it will not send onto the floor that you're not on. So that way, there's no way for the system to, what you call it? There's no way for the system to send signal to something that doesn't exist. I also just realized that I added a line, a bus line, and it totally got rid of some of my elevator stuff. Let's double check that's not true down here too. Nope. Okay. We're going to check that as we go up. That one's good. That one is not. So, for those of you who don't know, this... Oop. Why is... It's weird. Yeah, it should be offset like that. That's... Anyway, I added a bus line. So that's what's happening here, is I added a bus line called failure, because okay, so that one is the failure line because that's the only way that this would have happened, is because I pasted it into the system and it cut off my rail lines. So and you'll see there's no top one here because we're at the top floor. So, and by top floor I mean redstone floor. So you'll see this right here says 4 because the elevator is currently on the 4th floor. And then this system determines what floor we're on, so that way it plays the right music and stuff like that. I'm getting way too complicated, way too early. Oh, so the success line is there. I must have swapped them. So let's change the hazard line to obstacle because it is no longer a hazard line. Yeah, and I think the only reason that I'm changing this one, because hazard is almost exclusively taken from that word is taken from the Tango game. And I didn't want to it does something different. I just like the word. So I wanted to change it. Because if it doesn't do the same thing, it shouldn't be called that. And it's one more way to differentiate what I do from anything else. You'll hear all those sounds going, like I have timers and stuff running. The what you call it? All of this stuff, like you can see, I have all of these. Yeah, I got to change. Yeah, it's H. It needs to be an O now. Oh well. But all of this token stuff that you see here is all of these black lines running to each system, telling them to add a treasure, minus a treasure, add an obstacle, minus an obstacle, create a success or failure moment, all of those sort of things. But yeah, as you can see, those redstone lines that were down below, I have arrows saying which direction they're headed, is sending those signals in specific directions. So treasure pulse, this timer over here is set to a very specific time. It really is. Also, how do I do that? It held one of your chats, Vivid. Because you used LMAO. Know that that is not my policy. It was definitely the auto mod thing. So, but yeah, so this is a counter. You can see it's counting snowballs from one thing to the other. And here in a second, this is going to pulse. Oh, wait, no. It's not going to pulse this time. It's going to switch over, so it'll pulse. But this little system down here you'll see this redstone block right here is hooked up to a the cyan, or is this light blue? I think it's light blue. Cyan line, which is the success line. If you succeed in a side quest, it'll make treasure happen faster. There goes that pulse that you just saw. There it goes. So now it just dropped treasure in the dungeon. But if you fail, you see this line right here. If you fail, it makes your obstacles pop up faster, or the chance of an obstacle, because it's going to send a pulse down to the different obstacles, and there's going to be a randomizer that's just it accepts a signal. Here goes the, or just shifted over. Okay, it's going to be a second. But it accepts the pulse from the obstacle line, and it does a randomizer to see if that obstacle is actually going to close or not. If it does, then it'll stay closed for the entirety of the rest of the run. If it doesn't, there's a chance that it will next time. So there's always a chance that something's going to close. Now, currently, I have this system set up. There goes an obstacle pulse. Currently, I have this system set up so that way we only trigger obstacles on the floor that you're on. And I'm a little 50-50 in my determination of that, because if it only happens when the system is, or the floor that you're on, if that's the only place that it happens, then we're going to run into a thing where you get to the next floor and everything is going to be wide open. No paths blocked, no parkour pits open, like nothing is going to get triggered until you get on that floor, which means every time you get onto a floor, it's going to be safe, which I don't really like. And it may just be because I would much rather it be something that is I would much rather it be something that we can that once you get to a floor, it may be already blocked off in certain capacity. So you want those tokens to stop obstacles. You want those because then there's a opportunity for you to Eric, how's it going? But that way there's an opportunity when you get to a floor that it's going to be different layout than what you're expecting. So yeah, that's kind of the general layout. Obviously up here you'll see there should be observers here. And then these are just triggering like ambient sounds. Which we have the audio player mod on the server. So we will be putting what you call it? We will be putting mob heads on top of these that will trigger specific things. So you'll notice every once in a while when this obstacle line triggers, which it will here in a second, this note block goes off. So it should go right there. So that'll have a mob head on it, and it'll trigger a sound that only can be heard in the confines of the hotel. So that way you know that hazard or an obstacle has been triggered. Now, I'm trying to figure out if I want the obstacle thing here, because right now I currently have treasure hooked up to this little thing at the top too. Or no, I don't. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the obstacle. This is not what I was planning on doing today for things, but um because the obstacle line should only make a noise if it actually triggers an obstacle. Um so that'll be near its system. Uh so I think what I want is would there be a way to have it trigger when the previous floor is completed? I did think about that because it will change. Sorry, I didn't see your message till now. It changes halfway through the floor, like what you're doing. And I did think about that, and I actually talked Eric, who's in the chat now. I did talk to him about um the attitude of when you go through floors, something changes with the dungeon as like a little bit of not a motivator. That's a good way to say it. A motivator to make sure that you go quicker and that you don't go on the elevator unless you absolutely have to. Is that maybe when the elevator moves, it automatically triggers obstacle. So like as soon as it gets to that mid floor line of like going through the elevator, it'll send a pulse over to the obstacle line and trigger it so that way the next floor you get on, there's an opportunity that some obstacles got triggered just by using the elevator because the elevator is making noise. I'm still on the fence about it, but I do like the idea. I do think that it is like if we go over here, like all it would be is that obstacle or elevator, sorry. Elevator triggers obstacle, which it technically already does because it's telling the system to turn on and off. But that's just moving a wool block. What I would do is so the actual up and down signals are here. So the up and down elevator signals are here. That I would just steal uh um yes, well that's what side quests are. So side quests are a an optional thing that if you um sorry, are an optional thing that if you decide, hey, going through a floor, um, a side quest will trigger on your floor. There'll be some sound effect that says, you know, side quest available or whatever it is. And you have to go and find the side quest. Or there's only one side quest per level. But if you go and accomplish this challenge, some of them are like uh um item delivery, like you go grab something and take it to like from point A to point B. Others are uh um like skill-based challenges, and then there's one that is uh like turn off the water or put out the fire, like various things in on each floor. And if you do it, it will like I said, make treasure drop a little bit faster on your floor. If you don't do it or you fail at it, so you ignore it or you fail it, um it will make hazard go a little faster or obstacle go a little faster. And if I'm already making the side quest do that, maybe the elevator shouldn't. But I'm a little on the fence right now about that option, that thought. So yeah. But no, the thing that I wanted to do is that when obstacle is blocked, so this pushes this out over here. And I'm trying to think if there's a way for me to do a that when this is triggered. Oh, Vivid, thank you for the caffeinate. I appreciate it. Also, if you didn't notice the little D20 behind me, it's a fully customized pixel mapped D20 that I made on a stream over like a year and a half ago. But it's triggered by all the sound effects and the bits, the follows, subscriptions, all that great stuff. Yeah, and I thought the Zelda sound. Yeah, one of the first things that I streamed on the channel was Breath of the Wild. So there's a lot of like little Easter eggs of the things that I've done on stream within my stream setup. So, I need to figure out, because if this has items in here, it sends a signal here as many snowballs as obstacles blocked, which are Wednesdays by popular demand. But like if an obstacle is being blocked, boop, it pushes this out of the way. So that way when this pulses, it doesn't do anything. But I'm wondering if there's a way, since this is pushed out. Oh, yeah, you see how it doesn't do anything? Then this will get triggered again. Oh, it already did. And it pushed the snowball back. So I need a way to determine, or something that can pulse. So it basically, it needs to be when there is an item in here and that triggers. Because I can't send a pulse down because this is an invisible block. Oh, that was nice. So this is being only sent down. When the game is off, this drains. So no minus obstacles. Can happen in between games. So I need a way to determine where this has items. Also, an ad will be starting in 5 minutes. I don't think it matters for either Eric or Vivid because you are subscribed now. Thank you again. But yeah, so if this is pushed forward. So yeah, that would have sent a pulse to get rid of the obstacle. I don't know. Because there's a part of me that thinks that maybe when this moves over, that's the thing. So when the actual obstacle is triggered, or the minus obstacle is triggered, that's when the thing goes off. I don't know. I could drop this down. So that way I could have a block here to read the count. Because if that drops down one, I could put a block. Oh, no. It'd have to be glass or a slab, but I could do it. Let's give it a try. So, boop, boop. And then... Oh, no. E. Purple glass. Because I don't believe redstone can be triggered by it can. Damn it. Why does that happen? That doesn't make any sense. Glass. But that passes. I'm very confused. Okay, so I can put this, I can do this instead. So now it observes there. Okay, great. Let's do, boop. There, and then... Great, so that goes up, and then I need, a comparator. That way I know that this has items in it. And then I need that when that has items in it, and then this triggers, it tells a note block to do something. Could I do note block here? Can note blocks... That's a question. Can note blocks be triggered by redstone that's underneath it? I think I need to get it triggered from over here. I think that's what needs to happen. So if this is there... Oh, that's only going to be a 1, which means a repeater needs to go here. So that way, any items in there causes this to push over. And that this, so that way nothing triggers it until it's over here. We'll just do piglin head. So now, if there's an item over here, that pushes over there, so it's ready to trigger the obstacle block when it changes. So it's not going to change right now, because it was already powered, so it's not, there's no change. But when it comes back, when this like drops back down, it'll do a temporary dip. And in theory, that note block will make the piglin noise to say, hey, an obstacle was blocked. And then it'll pull back and it won't make a noise the next time. So right, that didn't work. Unless okay. Need a sticky. Um, we're so close. We're so close. Target block maybe? So yeah, this won't get triggered by normal, but it will get triggered when obstacle is blocked. So this should drop down, it should do the piglin noise and then pull it back. Please, 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 please. Ah! Awesome. So that means obstacle was blocked. Otherwise, it'll just do normal obstacles down there. Oh yeah, that's good. That is fantastic. Is there... I'm trying to remember. Did I have treasure block too? No treasure block. I think I wanted to, but there isn't really a way to do so. Oh wait, yeah, it's underneath. Oh no, that's just a treasure pulse. That's different. Yeah, that just pulses. Okay, so that's an extra treasure. So that'll trigger as it's supposed to. Relic doesn't need it, elevator doesn't need it. I think it was just... It's just hazard that can be blocked. Or obstacle that can be blocked. Awesome. So that's all that system needed. That's fantastic. Also, as you can see, anything that's token based is black wool, and then the hazard itself, the obstacle itself, is purple. Because I wanted to make sure that I wanted to make sure it was obvious where one system ended and another began. Yeah, because if there's a obstacle speed up, like if you look right here, this is completely full. But if I take this temporarily, there are now 10 in here, so now this counter is going to go significantly faster. So say you fail a couple things, this counter is now going to go significantly faster. Yeah, so now it's like almost, yeah, like watch that number go down or up, like so much faster than it was before. But then when the game restarts, which I'll show here in a second, we'll jump and turn off the game, a couple things will happen. One, let's go F4. And by F4, this is free cam. I use it in very sparingly, but it's super, super useful to see systems function. So I'm going to push that button, and you're going to watch this system reset, which is going to push all of those snowballs back into this system. So I just pushed the off button. There it goes. Now it's telling that dropper to shoot all of the extra snowballs back into that system, and now it's completely reset. And if I get out of free cam, I can come over here, and we can watch the elevator come back down to the bottom floor. Because what it's doing as it comes down is it's double checking if the system is off. If it is, it's sending another signal to tell it come down. Then eventually it makes its way all the way back down to that obsidian block, and we are reset to floor 1. I'm using crafters as a updatable non-movable block. If you did not know, you can update a crafter. It's a block state with redstone, but it's unmovable by sticky pistons, which means that it can sticky pistons and flying machines can fly past them, but observers can still see a block update to actually make the thing move, which is amazing. Okay, what time is it? Almost 10. So yes, also you'll see if I go over here that this, when the game is not on, like this locks this hopper. So that way if I go in here and I take a key and put it in here, it will not let you go to the next floor. It will not function. So that way, if for some reason somebody gets in and the game is off, you can't actually go anywhere. But if you made it all the way to the elevator while the game is off, I'm a little impressed. So yeah, that was just a maintenance thing, so that way nothing gets screwed up when the system is not on. So yeah. What else? This is just a standard item sorter, but instead of it just dropping items into a chest, it also has an observer with a pulse extender. And that pulse extender is telling the crafter to change state so that way the elevator can go up. It's also, if we look over here, you see that observer is also sending a pulse down to a sticky piston, which then sends a signal upstairs saying, hey, we're changing floors. And then this side, there's an observer on the other side of this wall. If we jump in here real quick, can we see it? I don't. Sorry, there is an observer on the other side of that wall. There is a observer that's flying by right here that as it crosses this line, it sends a pulse into the floor switcher elevator system. So I did think quite long and hard if the floor switching constituted another redstone line, because as you can see, I have yellow going up and down on both sides. Like once you get to this section, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 elevator lines going up both sides. I really think that I need to switch this system, the one that switches what floor we're on. I'm really thinking I need to switch that to a different redstone color, but I'm not sure. Because they both technically do the same thing. They tell the elevator to go up and down, and they determine what floor you're on. So, like, that's the elevator. But again, I'm not sure how far I'm going to go with that. And also the elevator reset system, all it is the off signal pushes up this piston to say, hey, we just arrived at this floor. Is the game off, which it is, send a delayed signal to this extender, which updates the crafter and tells it to go downstairs. But yeah, big fan. Very excited for this. One thing that I'm definitely going to have to pay attention to as I build is making sure that I'm doing things on the correct floor. Because right now, the redstone, like the bus line that's directly up next to the floor of that floor and the ceiling of that floor are the only ones that actually send signals to that floor. This one up here is meant for this floor. So if I do some intricate redstone and then connect to the wrong bus line, I'm going to feel silly. But yeah, so, and you'll notice the weird. Why isn't there a rail line there? I hope that's not true for everything. Let's go see. Like it was just right there, which is hilarious because it means that that floor wasn't working properly and I didn't know. Well, let's go see how much it screwed things up. That was this floor. So that is all set already. Yeah, there's nothing saying, or there was nothing telling that side to do anything. Oops. Yeah, you'll also notice like the obstacle line has this like wool swapper, the off and the stop line, start line, the treasure line, and the side quest line all are blocked. So that way, depending on what floor you're on, it will do one thing or the other. I also just realized That needs to be there. So that wasn't resetting properly. But yeah, that's because start and stop, there will be pulses. Oh, wait a second. I'm not sure I even need that. I think I just need... Oh, I might have to redo this whole system. Because if I don't need start and stop, I just need treasure, side quest, and obstacle. I can go around this way. Because this would wrap around, and it would hit those two. And then that way that whole backside is open again. Oh, I might have to redo this. That's not a huge deal. It really isn't. Because I think I'll just go straight across. Because side quest and obstacle are connected. No, I'll have to go around. Because I got room, right? I do have room. Yeah. Because I think I just gotta... It'll basically be replicating... So we'll do boop. 4, 5, 6, 7. Why did I do that to myself? And for good measure, we will replicate the line there. Now it's here instead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, one more. Dang it. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. So now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. So that'll be the system that we use. It won't always cross like this. I also just realized I don't need drop down as far. There we go. So that way it drops under centered. Which means... Oh wait, no. That one's correct. This is good. It's everything past this. Because I don't need... any of this anymore. Because it can just be static. Because I'm never going to... Or correction, I hope to never have to send that signal onto any floor. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Why, when the game starts or the game stops, it's never going to send any signal. I hope not. It's never going to send any signal to yeah. Anyway, it's never going to send signal to anything on an individual floor. It will only ever send it to sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. It will never send it to an individual floor. It will only ever send it to the online and the offline, and then the occasional pulse to any of the systems to tell them to reset or to start up. Because some of these signals are going to need a, hey, get running situation. But because this pulse is only going to exist at the start or the stop of the game, I can't make floor determinations. It has to be every floor or none of the floors. So, hence the system is what it is. Okay, so let's do a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in theory, this activates both of them. Awesome. So yeah, now this whole back line is going to be open. So the start and stop lines are free, and I just have to do all of that change on every other floor. Which is going to be fun. Yeah, so now this system comes down and sends a signal to this. So this should be a lot cleaner too, because right now, if you can't tell, all of that back is what's the bulk of this kind of system. So if all of this goes away, let's get rid of the observers. Oh no. Oh, I built this system off of that. Okay, so I do still need this. Dang it. Oh, just this one. I can't quite sneak it into there. Kind of can. So this system, to clarify this little moment I just had, is how I reset the floors. Like the actual like, hey, head downstairs thing. So if I do this, that should still work. Because that pulses up to say, hey, depending on what floor you're on, send the signal. Like the off signal. So that should actually work better now. And that should be repeatable on all floors. So let's get rid of all of these friends. That way they don't send unnecessary pulses anywhere. And then we're gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. That's so much cleaner too. Yay, now this whole side is all open and clean. I love it. I love it so much. I do wish there was a way to make it so that way these pulse the individual. I understand why, but it's just annoying. So now we need to do what we did downstairs, but just overlapped. So it's observer. Okay. So oh, these aren't perfect. Oh, that's not going to work. I can't observe a block. I need this to go there. Then that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So wait a second. I'm right on the so that'll still work. Yeah, that'll still work. Okay, so it's a rail thing. Yeah, okay. Rail observer, and then a bunch of that's the other thing is there's no reason for how did I screw this up? Oh, because it went under the success line. Okay. Which isn't really possible here. Pardon me. So to get we're going to have to come out with this one, which isn't a huge deal. It's just a little annoying because I thought I had a system, but this will work. It will work because it has to. But more importantly, I think it 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because that observer will do all of the heavy lifting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should do the trick. And then I just got to do this one. Which should be much easier. it won't send a signal through. It won't send a signal through. Yeah, if I go here, yeah, it doesn't send a signal through. If I go here, it won't do that either. So if I go there, I should be able to do one of these. Because it'll do that. It's so intricate. Kind of hate it, but it's going to work, so it doesn't matter, right? And then boop, boop, and boop, no. Oh, I got the same problem here. um, boop, and boop, and... Oh, that's annoying. But look at how much cleaner this side is. That's what matters. That's so annoying though. Not gonna lie. Uh yeah. It's not very clean. I wish there was a cleaner way to do that. I thought about going down and around, but I don't think that's going to work either. I think this is legitimately the cleanest way to do it. Because the rails won't activate the piston again. Yeah, this monstrosity going away is a good thing. Okay, so I got that floor done. Um, huh. I love the contrast between these two floors that I made. But anyway, I can do that whenever. That doesn't have to be on stream. Let's go back to here. Wait a second, someone's online. Check. Check. No, it's not working. Check, check. Check, check. 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 I have no idea what they're doing, so I shouldn't assume. We'll bake a singular potato. Because I had the charcoal. There we go. We'll make a singular potato. We'll mute up till then. So yeah, like you just saw, actually, I'm gonna do... No, I'm not gonna do that right now. I was debating if I wanted to open up the single player again, so that way I could get a more updated version of my schematic. Because I do believe the one that I have is a little outdated at this point. It doesn't really matter. Again, I just needed the superstructure schematic, and I was going to determine the rest of everything else much later. Yeah, I only have, let's say, 20 minutes left, and then we're going to end the stream. So I can jump and do my prep for D&D. I have a feeling Airdorn might be AFK. Trying to do some grinding of some kind or some farm to run. Yeah, going in the free cam. As you can see, we're well on our way. We are getting there. And I'm very excited about it. It's going to be good. Yeah, I only got a few more layers of deep slate, and then it's, you know, dark oak and quartz that kind of finishes it out. Then I could do the redstone, or at least start it. We can feel good about things. Actually, wait, what time is it? I think I'm actually going to call things right now, friends. Because it'll give me a half hour, grab snacks, water, stuff like that before the D&D session starts. But thank you so much for coming on this little part creative, part survival journey today, working on the hotel a bit. I really appreciate you all being here for that. Cool. Well, I will try my best to see if there's any way to jump on the stream a little bit later this week. I'd be really interested to play a little bit more and stream a little bit more. And after next week, my schedule opens up quite a bit. So hopefully we'll be getting on here a couple more times a week. Until then, I do appreciate each and every one of you so much for being here. Design and Conquer, my friends. I'll see you at the next one. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Even better start to your frickin' weeks. Nether roof stream. That could be fun. But yes, have a great rest of your Sunday, friends. Bye.